I want to talk pretty much right now about entertainment industry and the effects that it's having on our kids nowadays. I want to talk about a lot of things I'm starting to see. A lot of kids do a lot of things, have no idea what they're really doing to themselves. Um, it's amazing how easily the entertainment industry can infiltrate your child's mind and cause them to do things that are so evil, that are so just I mean evil is just so evil. That's the only word I can really describe it with. There's a symbol. There's a a symbol. I mean, people they call it what they want to call it. Some people call it the OK symbol, but the symbol it looks like this. This is what people are doing, and I've even some young people in my family have pictures on Facebook or wherever, and they're doing their hands like this. Now, they claim it means whatever they want it to mean, but we know for a fact that this also means 666 as a sign of devil worship. We know this now. It's no longer a secret. It was pretty taboo back in the day. Nobody really knew about it. It was an esoteric type thing. But nowadays, everybody knows that that's what it means, and yet the young people still continue to do it. They put their own label on it. Oh well, here in Detroit, you got people that put this up and say that it means Detroit, or some people say it means Dexter, one of the hoods of Detroit. It's just nonsense. That's just nonsense. I mean, why would you even want to do a symbol like this that represents devil worship? Why would you even want to do it and say that it means something else? That just is that's crazy to me. It's all one and the same as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that would be like doing human sacrifice and saying, "Well, I just did it because that's just it means that I'm going to live a long life." You know that, huh? It sounds like crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Same thing with the hand signal. You do this, you're putting up 666, which represents Satan worship. And people are doing it like this over their eye, which represents the eye of Horus as well. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks that that's not a good thing to be for our kids to be doing, to demonstrating their loyalty to Satan, because that's what you're doing, whether you know it or not. Satan doesn't care whether you say I'm worshiping Satan by doing this. Long as you're doing it, you're demonstrating that your loyalty is not in Christ. When you do that, that's what you're doing. Whether you want to admit it or not, that's what it is. It's much more of a dangerous thing than we think. I'm gonna get comments on this video of people saying, "Oh, you're reading more into it, and it's just stupid, and who cares whether you do it or not?" Well, Christ cares. He does, and I think that if he cares about it, then you should probably care too. You got people that do this. Some people say it's the headbanger symbol, whatever you want to call it. It also demonstrates Satan worship. It also demonstrates that you're loyal to Satan. And people do it and they don't think anything about it. Well, you need to start thinking about it. You need to stop doing what the world tells you to do. I talked about it all the time. I talk about it all the time. Do not be not of this world. That's just the truth. Stop doing the things that the world is doing because you think it's cool or it's the trend for the moment. Who cares? You have to live your life in accordance to God's will. You have to live your life in accordance to what the word says, not of what the world tells you. The world is dead wrong. The world is dead wrong. I mean, what do we have to see? What more do we have to see? Do we have to watch another Britney Spears video with a Baphomet head in the background and her face is contorted up into a smile that comes way up here? Do we have to see another one of those videos? Do we have to see another Rihanna video where she contorts her body in such a way it looks like a Baphomet head and it's unrealistic? They actually digitally moved her body. Do we have to see another video like that? What more do we need? Do we have to see another picture of Beyonce standing there with a Baphomet head in front of her? I mean, what more is it going to take for us to understand what's going on here? Do we really have to continue to just act like these things aren't existing? They exist. They're right there staring us in the face every single day, and we just let our kids just do it like it doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter. There's so many things going on in the world right now that people are completely oblivious to. Completely oblivious. And it's going on right now as I'm talking, as I'm speaking right now. And you have to be aware. You have to educate yourself so that you know. As the older I get, you know what while I'm on this subject, when I was young, I used to wonder, how can somebody be ready to die? I would see old people, just I'm tired, I'm ready to go. I used to wonder, how can you just have that peace and just say I'm ready to go? How can you do that? I'm 27 right now, and the older I get, I can understand. When you realize what's going on in this world, when you really know what's going on, it makes the world not a friendly place to be. It makes you want to leave here. It really does. It makes you much more excited about the return of Christ, because this world is on a downward spiral, and there's people in this world that have an agenda that's just beyond what you can comprehend. It's more evil than what you can believe. It is. I mean, just if you look through history, it's been done over and over and over and over again. But yet people turn a blind eye to it and act like it doesn't exist. It's for real. Just read your history books. Look at the agendas people have had in the past. Look at the wars that have gone on and how they came about. We know the Vietnam War came from a big lie. We know that now. It's been proven that that was a lie. The Gulf of Tonkin incident. We know that that is a lie now. But yet no one cares. They got us into a war, and 60,000 American lives were taken, and over 1 million Vietnamese lives over a lie. Over a lie. They told a lie. If you don't know what the Gulf of Tonkin is, read it. I can make another video about that, but just educate yourself. These things they're based off of lies. Pearl Harbor was another lie. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. These are just lies that are told to you so an agenda could be pushed. Educate yourself and see what's going on. Then you won't have to sit and wonder why these horrible acts are happening. You'll know. And when they do happen, you won't be surprised. You won't be surprised when they take place. This went from one conversation off into another tangent, but I just have to say what's on my heart. And my heart is just telling me to let people know and tell people what's really going on. The Iraq war was a hoax. And y'all need to understand that and get over it. And stop thinking that, these things that are happening are just happening. No, they're not just happening. They're not just happening. 9/11 isn't what you think it was. And that's just the truth. Do some research. Stop fooling yourself into believing that everything that the media tells you is the truth. It is not. It's a bunch of garbage and lies. And you need to know that they're lies. You need to know that these things that you're being told are not the truth. They're not the truth. Now, I can go into full detail about 9/11, but what for? What for? I shouldn't have to. You should already know. You should already know about that. But the thing is, people don't want to understand that what's really going on. They don't want to believe that the world is that bad. It is that bad. It is that bad. If you ain't part of the system, of the agenda, you don't have much hope in this world. That's why the Bible tells us to be not of the world. Because you don't have much hope. You're expendable. You are very expendable. And as time goes on, they demonstrate just how expendable you are. There's some girls in a city in New York that have been coming down with a sort of Tourette's-like syndrome. They all go to the same high school, and they're all concentrated to a certain area, and they all came all out of the blue with Tourette's-like syndromes and uncontrolled muscle spasms, and all kinds of things going on with them. Where did that come from? And they don't know why. Somebody knows why, but they're not going to tell you that. And that's the whole thing. Educate yourself. Stop being so caught up in this world. Our young people, stop being caught up in the world and following everything that they're doing. Because if you follow that, you'll follow them right into hell. You'll follow them right into the ditch. And that's just the truth. You have to know that Jesus didn't come to be beaten, spat on, ridiculed, mistreated, lied on, and murdered just for you to follow the world. He did that so that you would follow him, that you would follow his teachings and his examples. That's why he did it. And you have to know that. I'm telling you, you have to know these things, because if you don't, you'll perish with the rest of the world. And that's just the truth.